Yeah, can I take it?
We're all a bunch of retards in a hive mind, and we all think the same. Therefore, use your mind control. Use your idiotic, freaking, cotton candy, equivalent entertainment, garbage, news dribble slash propaganda. It's just, anyways. So yeah, the moment you found out that you had lost a friend or a treasured icon, positive about the size of your body. Well, the New World Order wants to turn you into marshmallows. They want you big, fat, lazy, stupid, hooked up to their mind control, eating all their toxic, genetically modified glucose, fructose, absolute fake food and everything else. And so they give you characters like this to make you feel like, no, there's nothing wrong with you. No, there's a lot wrong with you if you're that big. There's a lot wrong with you if you're that big. New album twice. I mean, as if, honestly, I've heard Taylor Swift songs, and I think they are just awful, first and foremost. And I think she has 1 ounce of talent in her body. I think that she is just a hideous creature, and I can't stand her music. And I remember years back on Supreme Lord Commander making fun of her lyrics, how stupid her lyrics. How many songs does she have that are about her prince or a boy that dumps her in high school? Forced quarantine you, hey, yeah, it's okay, Rolling Stone, it's all good, right? It's totalitarianism, it's satanic, but yeah, let's go along with it. For millions more, you found out that a parent or loved one has died from disease. Okay, yeah, really, millions more? Millions more. For nearly everyone. The moment you found, and this is, I always, lament isn't the right word, but I always hate with an extreme passion when these are the things that we all celebrated. We were all touched by Taylor Swift. These are the things that, what Beyonce did made us all smile.
All right, time to start the show. Here we go. Once again, laying it on thick. Ooh, those are some grooves. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing good tonight. I don't usually stream on such short notice, but I'm going on vacation this weekend, so I wanted to get in a couple of Bayzed and gossip-pilled takes before I get in there. So, they're laying it on thick here. Here we go. Let's share that screen. Let's get right into it. These clowns. I mean, come on. They're just every day with this stuff. And they've been doing it for like a decade, but now it's just every day. Every time there's a storm, oh, climate change. And we know about climate change. We know that they are changing the climate. It's obvious. And we know how they're doing it. I mean, somewhat, but this is open information. There's been weather mod for a long time. All right, so here we go. Let's share that screen. Listen to this guy too. I didn't even watch the whole video. I watched 40 seconds. And every single one of these shills, I mean, these two people, this is just insane. This guy, speaking of alien narrative, look at this guy's head. Seriously. And then she's got the green on over here. She even has freaking alien eyes. She looks like a damn. I'm sorry, but maybe David Icke was onto something with that. I'm not saying that she's for sure a lizard person, but she's wearing green. She looks like a damn gecko. I hate lizards. All right, here we go.
America's aging power grid is already struggling to meet current demand, and with extreme weather events becoming more frequent and less predictable, climate change has become a major threat.
You can even see his tail there. Less predictable. He almost couldn't even get it out. The freaking lie there.
Country's energy infrastructure. Let's bring in Akshay Jha. He is an assistant professor of economics and public policy at the Heinz College.
Listen to this guy.
At Carnegie Mellon University. Professor, good to talk to you.
Nice talking to you. Thanks for having me on.
So are energy companies and power grid operators doing enough to prepare for weather events like extreme heat or cold, flooding, and tornadoes?
Right. So that's difficult to assess precisely due to climate change. What we previously thought of as extreme weather is becoming, as we can tell, just experienced, it's increasingly more and more common. So power companies and grid operators are increasingly have to think about, well, what we previously thought of as extreme weather is now something we have to build into our forecast as something that happens once every 5 years rather than once.
Yeah, exactly. Once every 5 years. And then if you really watch the climate change channels on YouTube, it might as well be once every 5 minutes. These people can't hold it in. If there's a rainstorm in Illinois, they're going to blast it. They're going to tell you that it's raining. If there's a tornado in Kansas, of all places, they're going to tell you. They're going to be the first ones on the scene here. And do you have to inject soy into your veins in order to get one of these kind of jobs? I mean, listen, every single one of these experts, they open their mouth and it's instant. It's like, it's a soy boy. I don't want to hear from a soy boy. I never do. Like, have you ever seen a soy boy when he gets around like a group of guys? They shut down. They're better with liberal women. I mean, seriously, like it's an insane phenomenon. These guys cannot handle being around men because they're only good at being like this, a total bullshit artist on CBS. All right, here we go. And then look, we got this guy and his muzzle. Yeah, construction workers wear muzzles. We all know that. Like, freaking bullshit.
50.
There's been a lot of talk about the fact that we don't take particularly extreme heat seriously, like we do a hurricane, where we sort of almost immediately start to register how much money it costs us, how many lives were lost. But with extreme heat, and maybe it's because we don't put names on heat waves, it just sort of kind of keeps rolling along. And
they're going to start naming that heat wave. All right, guys, it's going to be 100 degrees tomorrow. Harry's rolling in. Next, it'll be Maria. I mean, come on. I'm watching this girl's eyes, too. I'm waiting for a shift. I can see it coming.
But it's clear for many that climate change is a factor, particularly when it comes to extreme heat. Is that something, climate change, is that something that companies are reluctant to acknowledge?
I don't know that they're reluctant to acknowledge it, but I think they're reluctant to build it into their forecasts just simply because, you build this infrastructure and then it turns out, well, we don't happen to have a heat wave in the next year or the next year. And then people say, oh, well, why, stockholders, regulators say, why did you build all this infrastructure up? Well, it's because of the forecast that, yes, these heat waves are becoming more and more frequent. So I don't know.
Hey, guys, look, it's a picture of the sun in the sky. I mean, wow. It's like it's summertime and they're showing us pictures of the sun. I mean, if you're actually stupid enough, Go outside and feel, oh, if it's hot, okay, it's hot. It's June. And we know that they're doing weather mod. I mean, this is not their, CC 33 climate change. All right. So here we go. I'm going to try to bust through this. I might even skip it, but let's see. I know there's something in here with this soy boy. Speaking of soy boys, actually, we'll get into that.
Reluctance internally more than it is kind of a reluctance based on, well, how do we convince stockholders, shareholders, how do we convince regulators that indeed this is something that's, that should be built based on projections of what temperature is going to look like.
If you're a shareholder that's in an air-conditioned office, you may not be convinced that heat's a real threat to your bottom line.
But it's a good point too, Anne-Marie and Professor.
Oh, she's attacking the corporatocracy. Look at her, arms crossed. Oh, she is. So, I got one in on him. If you work in an office building, you might not be too concerned about a little bit of heat. You know what? I work indoors now. I've worked many jobs, indoors, outdoors, everything. And what I do for a living, you never know. I might be out doing hard labor again. I'd be surprised if it didn't happen, honestly. But right now it's pretty good. But I mean, look at this girl. She's so pleased. These guys aren't doing enough. All right, we need to start like depopping. All right, we need to get these numbers down.
It just sometimes it boggles the mind when you think about the tremendous growth in public work projects that this country experienced in the wake of the post-World War II area, and even prior to that, where we built the interstate highway system, and now we have crumbling infrastructure across the country, even as conditions, specifically here we're talking about climate conditions, radically change. And now we're learning that the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is predicting above average temperatures in a majority of the United States this summer with very little rainfall in the areas that need it the most. So what is the worst case scenario if these power companies don't change their outlook, if we don't begin to take this seriously?
Right. So above normal temperatures and stormy weather have...
Oh my gosh. You know what? We get it. I'm sorry to put y'all through so much of that. It really was absolute garbage, total filth. But it's time to move to the next story, the next level of filth here. Yeah, this was a big one that I was getting hit with today, and they were calling me a dinosaur on Twitter. So we got Chris Evans is calling out anyone who has a problem with the same-sex kiss in Lightyear. So I guess they're making a Buzz Lightyear movie. It's weird. Buzz Lightyear looks kind of like Owen Benjamin, honestly. But other than that, I mean, they're putting this, kiss, and then all these liberal retards are saying, "Oh, well, look at all these videos where there's a husband and wife kissing." It's like, yeah, that's okay. I mean, y'all don't have a problem with that? No, like if it was grotesque, I would have a problem with it. But it was like at the end of the movie, there's and they kiss. Honestly, even with that though, that's the thing about Disney. It's nonsense. Everything about it. They'll give you that little thing. Oh, look at this. Back then Disney used to be a little better. No, Disney was probably worse back then because it was more subversive. Every single kid in my generation was raised on Disney. Every single kid. And I'm so glad my parents never took me to Disney World. I mean, I will never take my kids to Disney World. I mean, that's just unless it's a field trip to break down all the propaganda. Okay, everybody, this is Epcot. This is where, what's his name? Walt Disney, decided to, start pushing technocracy. And, we'll do like a little technocracy tour at Disney World. Maybe we'll do that, but it will not be until they're at least 14 and they get it. They're like, oh, okay. But by that point, I mean, it's already going to be full blown technocracy. Look, because of that kiss, Lightyear has been banned in Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait, among other West Asian territories. Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, why would you don't show your kids gay stuff. I mean, that's, and you don't show them. And I mean, the argument, oh, well, you don't have a problem with it. Like, if it's one kiss and it's like a appropriate kiss, like, come on. But everywhere I go now, I mean, it's just everywhere. And I mean, is this guy the guy he's calling us out, bro? I want to call Chris Evans out. Honestly, I think he looks like he might be in my weight class. I think we could do this. I'm down. I mean, he's got the Hollywood trainers, but hey, I got a pretty good trainer, man. I freaking hit it hard, dude. I'll get crazy. So I'm calling Chris Evans out. All right. Assuming he weighs under 185. Shit, I'll give him 5 pounds. We'll leave 190. All right. If he weighs under 190, let's do this, Chris. All right. Lightyear hits theaters on June 17th. People are already criticizing it. Yeah, I mean, you're just some girls making out. I mean, and they did that with that other movie. I forget what it was called, but I watched it with my wife. Something about, that kid, he's got an older brother, but he's like a weird monster creature. And I forget most of the movie, but there was a lesbian officer with a wife. And it's just kind of like, it had nothing to do with the movie. And they're just like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a lesbian. It's like, okay, can y'all just chill a little bit? No, absolutely not. That is never going to happen. So it's tough to not be a little frustrated that it even has to be a topic of discussion. Why should we even care? Well, one, y'all did it so that it would make come on. If there was no discussion after that, they really didn't care. Like, nobody was outraged. I mean, they were getting a rouse out of us. That's the whole point of it. Get a rouse out of the right so that they'll fight with the left, and the left will just triple down, quadruple down, take another jabba dabba do, and and then quintuple down after that. I mean, obviously they did it only for that purpose. The whole point of the movie is probably just to stoke tensions between the right and the left. And also the nobody wants to go to Disney World anymore. I mean, and then they call it the "Don't Say Gay" bill. Like, I'm sure you can still say gay in Florida. I'm sure there's a lot of gay people in Florida. Like, they're acting like it's some sort of, I mean, you know how it is. They scream the loudest as they strike, right? Okay, this is it. Look, the goal is to get to a point where it is the norm, and that this doesn't have to be uncharted waters. It's like, yeah, we're just trying to make it the norm with kids. And I'm a teacher. I'll tell you right now. None of my students are trans or anything, but some of their siblings, I think that the administrator just knows. Yeah, if we put them in we put them with them, it's gonna be pretty bad, I wouldn't say anything. I don't even know what I would do. I'd just be really awkward. I don't know I would feel weird. I mean, really. And so, yeah, I mean, but they're pushing it on kids. I mean, one of my students was telling me, oh yeah, I mean, I like this one girl, but she has a crush on a girl. And I'm like, what? I mean, dude, when I was a kid, I mean, even the girls that were to later become lesbians, I mean, I guess they didn't hate their dads enough yet or something, but I mean, lesbianism wasn't quite like booming. And neither was the gay thing. I mean, being gay, I mean, that was not a way to be at all cool. There was actually one guy at one of the high schools I went to that would cross dress. He was a cross dresser, and I will say that guy. I mean, hey, look, with all whatever he was like dealing with, like actually, like what he was doing back then, that actually took some balls. I mean, no pun intended. This guy had probably the biggest balls in the entire school, and I think just to like in 2008 to wear a dress to school and makeup. I mean, that would be the worst day of my life. I would never forget every second of that 7 hours would be really, really terrible. So that guy had balls. So, you know, big shout out to that guy. He's probably straight now. He probably started, you know, pumping testosterone and, you know, got his shit together. But yeah. Yeah, let's see what else this guy has to say. Chris Evans. So trendy. In another interview with Reuters, Evans didn't hold back on his real feelings. Oh, Evans, you are so base, bro. Just lay it on, dude. The real truth. Oh, this is the best part. The real truth is those people are idiots, he said of the critics. Yeah, just idiots, man. There's always going to be people who are afraid and unaware and trying to hold on to what was before, he continued. Okay, what you know what they're prepping us for, right? We're talking full destruction. Nothing short of that. Not just, oh, you know, guys, come on, be nice. Like I don't never been mean to gay people at all. I mean, you know, actually, like, you know, they're, you know, it's there's kind of like different types of gays. You know, there's like the rarity, which are just like gay people that are like suffering from that, and they just are really cool, and they like are not super like ultra libtards. You know, I mean, they're classically liberal, but you know, and then there's the hardcore, like they're not even gay, but they want to be gay, so they like become gay, kind of thing. It's wild. There's always going to be people who are unaware, just afraid. They're pussies, man. Just let it happen, man. Let these girls kiss. But okay, this is my favorite part. But those people die off like dinosaurs. Pay them no mind. March forward and embrace the growth that makes us human. Okay, first of all, dinosaurs, guys. Dinosaurs are so stupid. I hate dinosaurs. I've actually, you know, I'm not saying I was always based, you know, I wasn't. But when I was a kid, I did not believe in dinosaurs when I was 6, 7 years old. And I remember being the only kid in my class telling them, dinosaurs, that's stupid. I mean, you know, at the time, I still believed in Santa Claus, but I didn't believe in dinosaurs. I mean, Santa Claus was more reasonable to me. And you know, it's still more reasonable to me that Santa Claus would be real, but dinosaurs, I mean, come on. Those people die off like dinos, man. Lightyear is a Toy Story prequel that tells the story of the movie that inspired the Buzz Lightyear toy. Okay, that's boring. I do not want, I mean, really? You guys are so creative, right? They haven't even made any, I mean, everything they've made that's new is just like super rainbow. I guess this is the actual video, probably.
Statement of this kiss between Alicia and her wife. Disney kind of put a line in the sand saying, we're putting this back in, but also we are not going to remove it from any other territories in these places that, you know, would have a problem with it. What did you make of the company making that decision?
I think it's great. I mean, I
think it's great. I mean, after I took my fourth rooster, you know, I went and I saw the news that Disney was in fact keeping the scene in, even though all the Middle Eastern countries were like totally against it. And but you know, please call the Muslims and call them dinosaurs to their face. Do you think they care? I don't care. Call me a dinosaur. You're a freaking modernist, dude. That's lame. It's like stupid. If I'm a dino, dude, okay, I mean, am I like, what kind of dino am I? You know, I don't know. Anybody in the chat, you know, lay it down. What kind of dino am I? What kind of dino do I remind you of? Is it, you know, one of these flying feathered dinos? Or am I like, I don't think I'm a T-Rex, you know. My arms are kind of long, you know, for T-Rex status, but you know, I say I don't skip leg day, you know, but my legs are skinny, you know, just how it goes.
And as great as it is, and you know, I've been asked the question a few times. It's it's nice and it's wonderful. It makes me happy. It's tough to not be a little frustrated that it even has to be a topic of discussion, that it is this kind of new, the goal is that we can get to a point where it is the norm and that this doesn't have to be some, uncharted waters, that eventually this is just the way it is, that representation across the board is how we make films. And so hopefully it's an honor to be a part of something that is taking those steps, but the goal is to look back on this time and just be shocked that it took us this long to get there.
I mean, representation is important in all of our films, except for the all black films, of course. They don't have to. I mean, Tyler Perry doesn't have to, like, his movies don't even, like, they're not even mathematically possible, It's like, there are other racial groups that, I mean, the real America is super Babylonian. You're never going to be in, like, unless you're just like in the ghetto or something, you're not going to get all one group. All right. Look at this. This person, Chris Evans, I like you. They say the good Chris. Goat Evans, they say. Yeah, he's on that Baphomet game. I'll tell you that. He's a goat loving son of a bitch. I mean, what's next? I'm getting pissed. I want a Disney movie where somebody bangs a goat. I mean, this is outrageous. All right. This guy says in his tweet here, I'm not interested in siding with or admiring losers of history like Hitler or Stalin. I'd rather admire winners who are in heaven, the Orthodox saints. That's a good post. That's a good post. I agree. Definitely don't worry about these clowns. I mean, for real. All these guys, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, that's one, I'll tell you that. Elon has been one of those guys that every single person, like right, left, full-blown libtards, and even like semi-conservative types, like they love the guy. That guy, I do not trust him at all. And if you haven't done the research at this point, honestly, there's a lot of good information out there. There's short videos from the Reese Report. You can go over to Coattail. He's got his breakdown, it's a done deal. I mean, Elon, not to be trusted. But yeah, there you go. All right, let's take a look. What else we got here today? Not much more on Twitter. I just had oh yeah, here we go. How about this? I'm gonna share the screen real quick. So when I saw this on Reddit, and it was on some page that they just like force on you that you're not even on, that just says like, I think it was next fucking level. Like these kids are so base, dude. They're freaking sticking it to the man, dude. This freaking president of this university, I don't know this guy. And you know how they set up narratives. This guy's probably some pervert who they put in, and then they have him like represent conservatives or something. Then down the road they can say, look, he was just hiding his own sexual problems the whole time. But maybe he's not, and I'm not going to assume it. So as far as I know, this man gets an award for biggest balls of the week. All right, seriously, because dude, to be a Seattle president of this, a school in Seattle. Here, real quick, I got to answer some texts, and we're going to get right back to this. So I'm going to put a song on. We're going to do a little radio style tonight. It's going to be radio style. Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to get right back to that. So sorry about that. Here we go. I like this. All right, I'm back. Let's see here. Yeah, so back to this president. And this is a Seattle University, it says. I thought it was in Florida because it was something about the gay, whatever. But dozens of graduating students gave Seattle Pacific Universities. Let me share that screen again real quick. So sorry. This dog got me thrown off here. Dozens of graduating students gave Seattle Pacific University's interim president pride flags as they were handed their diplomas during Sunday's commencement ceremony. Over 50 students handed interim president Pete Minharis the rainbow flags, notes, and other pride items, as they refused to shake his hand. Yeah, dude, real classy. I mean, yeah, we should just totally love y'all. Like, thanks for refusing to shake their hand. I mean, I'll tell you what, dude. If I don't care if I do not like the really any president, but if I was like in the military or something and was getting a some sort of honor, I would shake Joe Biden's hand still. I don't care. I mean, just out of like pure like just what can I do? I mean, I wouldn't be like a big supporter. I wouldn't like take pictures with him or something, but as far as shaking his hand, I mean, come on. Second of all, this guy is way more based than Joe Biden, it seems, because he was protesting the university's discriminatory policy, and they even have a link to this. So I'm going to open that in the next thing here. And now viral video showing the montage of viral video. You know how that works. Whatever they want to be viral, it's like what Jeff C said. When you want to know how a book becomes a New York Times bestseller, they print it on the cover. That's how. The day it comes out, it's a bestseller. A now viral video showing a montage of the action was posted on TikTok by Associated Students of Seattle Pacific. The student group leading the ongoing student sit-in protest over the Board of Trustees' recent decision to uphold the employee lifestyle expectations policy. Yeah, they probably told their gay teachers that they can't just sit there and make everything about them. If I were to walk in to work wearing, oh, this is my favorite band shirt, oh, this is a picture of me and my wife, just like on like a gigantic, like blown up on the wall. Like that's not necessary for a teacher to, I mean, you can tell like your students, I mean, these are college kids, you can talk to them about whatever. Like, obviously they're going to know if you're gay. It's pretty obvious 99% of the time somebody's gay. But let's see here. Let's watch this president, dude. This guy's base, bro. Oh my gosh. their muzzles. I gotta big screen this. I can't even big screen because I don't have TikTok. Okay. Dude, this is a freaking garbage ass app. Okay, the president thinks you can't even read the damn thing when you pause it. This is stupid. I genuinely hate TikTok. I've never even used it. This is a garbage platform. Really, a really bad platform. Stupid. I remember making a TikTok once and getting on there and just to see what it was because everybody was talking about it. I really regretted it instantly. I think I was on for a grand total of 1.5 minutes before just thinking this is the stupidest garbage that's ever existed on this planet. I seriously. Like, I remember back during the ice bucket challenge thinking that was the stupidest thing to humanity because I was like, they can convince you to do anything. Make a video of you dumping ice water on your head to bring, you know, the awareness to this disease, and I don't even remember what the disease was called. It's just sweet awareness. But all right, here we go. Basically, it said, the president of your university thinks being LGBTQ plus is a lifestyle choice and a morality issue. So you decide to give him a gift at graduation. You're so funny, aren't you? Yeah, dude, honestly, that guy's freaking based, dude. Honestly. That is a freaking, I mean, to say that in Seattle, dude, I don't know how he has a job. If I said that here in Texas, my freaking job, I mean, I do say it in my job, but I don't talk to everybody at my work. Some people you just can't trust that they find out, oh, you're based gossiping, man. You I was watching your stream the other day, you fucking bigot. All right. So honestly, and he was a good sport, dude. He just kept a smile on his face, like, okay, like they give me your rainbow flag. Like, y'all think this is edgy. I mean, this is what has become edgy. It's seriously, it's I mean, what's happened? I mean, in the last 6 years, humanity went from stupid to just freaking lame. I mean, really. Yeah, Seattle Pacific. So this is that link about, I guess this is the, thing. It says stop debating our sex lives. And then you got this androgynous character here, and then another androgynous character, and then a really fat woman here in the bed. And they've got a rainbow flag, and they're in a bed, but it looks like they're in a classroom. 100 gay hours. I don't know what that means. Stop debating our sex lives. Well, stop talking about it then. Y'all can't get enough of it. You hang 50 rainbows in your apartment and then you say, stop talking about my sex life. It's like, that's all you talk about. All you care about is the pee-pee and the poo-poo. That's it. All right. Friday marked the 10th full day of an ongoing sit-in protest at Seattle Pacific University, where a group of students, staff, and alumni are pressing the school's board of trustees to reverse course on an employment policy that discriminates against the LGBTQ plus people. Plus everything, dude. When I was in Asheville, North Carolina, this was disgusting. This was 2020, I think. And I was downtown. Everybody's wearing a mask outside. I'm out here not muzzled. It's a beautiful December morning. Like cold but comfortable, like wearing a jacket. Felt so good. Hot coffee. Nice cigarette. And yeah, I mean, everybody's out here muzzled, straight up muzzled. So, I mean, well, and the big thing was, sorry, I heard a noise outside and it got me sidetracked. But the the signs they had on every door. Oh, any sexual orientation is welcome here. And I'm sorry, but that is disgusting to put that on your door. Really terrible. Absolutely awful. Students say they plan to continue the sit-in until their demands are met. But so far, the board hasn't budged, leaving a few options for those who want to see the change. Well, you know what? That's crazy. I mean, this is just all nonsense. They just push this stuff constantly. I've really been worried at work, like, oh, here comes, is one of my coworkers going to wear a rainbow shirt? I'll have to tell them that's not appropriate around kids. That is not appropriate. Seriously. Most read stories. Being fully vaccinated but not boosted doesn't prevent Omicron. Okay, yeah, well, if you took two, you only took two? Freaking conspiracy theorist. You've got to be on number 4 right now, or you are a conspiratard. And I've got a little student that I'm worried about. This guy's on like 4 Jabba Dabba Doos, and I think this, I serious. I'm not joking. I think he might need like an exorcism or something. I mean, I ask him a simple question. I say, oh, okay, let's go down here and let's start on the 11th measure and practice this. No, I will not do it. I said, yeah, you will do it. Yeah, you will do it. Honestly, I got to look and see who's honking real quick. Let's stay on the line here. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep my computer in my hands. I'll just talk while I walk. But yeah, it's weird, right? Strange. It's wacky. All right, I'm checking out the window here like a boomer. Okay, cool. I was just making sure it wasn't my wife. I was thinking maybe she was out there. But we got that vacation tomorrow. It's gonna be vacation. I might do a vacation stream. I really doubt it. But going down to the beach. Let me take you to the beach. Wah, 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 wah. Yes. It's gonna be freaking sweet. I'm gonna get some seafood. But hey, I gotta watch out for those heat waves. We gotta start naming heat storms. And you know, my town's been extra hazy the past few days. Surprise, surprise. I saw some streaks in the sky last week. Are you freaking serious? This damn dog. All right. Sorry about that. Once again, a little nightmare. I was streaming good for a second there. I got a damn puppy. I got 2 dogs. One of them is freaking awesome, but he's a head case, and then the other one's really sweet, but a total lunatic. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. All right. See if there's anything else good. Oh yeah, you know, I guess we could talk about this. You know, Deshaun Watson, yeah, from the Texans. Y'all remember that? I guess he's on the Browns now, but you know, I think this is one. I remember seeing some pretty good exposés. I'd have to pull them back. I'm not gonna do it tonight, but probably won't even ever talk about this again. But you know, I remember when this happened with Deshaun Watson, and the tapes. You know, not the tapes, the girls. You know, the massage therapists, if you will. And he met all these girls on Instagram. And I remember telling my friend, because I have friends that they love the Texans, man. They actually believe the NFL is real, you know. And they actually, I'm sorry, this freaking asshole just keeps honking his horn every now and then. He totally kills my stream of thought here, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna keep my cool. But I was just thinking, this is weird. I know how the NFL works. It's theater, dude. It's total theater. And yeah, so when I heard about this, and then my friend sent me a stream from this lawyer. And if you want to see the stream, I think it's called Good Logic with a LAW instead of LOG on Logic. Good Logic. And he was talking about, yeah, any lawyer in their right mind would tell him to plead the fifth. So it seems like this is just pure theater, because anybody in their right mind would plead the fifth, dude. You have 66 girls that come out. You're not going to be taking press conferences, you know, after practice. That's ridiculous. And this is just so stupid. It's 66 girls. I mean, I remember it was 22, and then it went from 22 to 66. Like, it's like, where'd the other 44 come from? And blasted up. And yeah, so here we go. I want to show this video because Warren Sapp, dude, this guy cracks me up. Y'all remember Fat Sapp?
Right now, Deshaun Watson, he's facing his 24th sexual misconduct lawsuit after the whole HBO special came out. According to reports, he met with...
Sapp just starts laughing, dude. He's like, oh, oh man. You know how it is in the NFL. 24, man. That's fucking Bush League numbers, dude. Just 24. That was like my first night when I got drafted.
66 massage therapists in 17 months. Thoughts on this?
There's a pattern, if nothing else, Vlad. I'll agree with you. Yeah, but the one thing that bothered me was, did you see that one report when they was like he was begging the girl to like go at his anus?
That was the part. That was the part that I was really waiting for. It's like everything, 66 reports on Deshaun Watson, and Sapp goes, yeah, man, that's crazy. But did you hear about that one that he asked her to touch his anus? I'm sorry. I thought that was funny, man. I thought that was freaking hilarious. I mean, Warren Sapp, he knows the league's rigged. We all know the league is rigged. Let me pull up that video. Freaking Dwight Smith of the Buccaneers. Y'all remember that? Of course you don't. Of course you don't. You think your NFL's real. Dude, Dwight Smith knows the NFL's not real. Okay? And this video is 7 minutes, so I don't think I'll show the entire thing. But actually, I was streaming the other night and I had some internet issues and wasn't able to put this video out. And so I was kind of pissed about that. But yeah, look at this.
I can turn anyone into a beach bomb.
I can turn anyone into a beach bomb.
47 champion Dwight Smith, who was a part of that team, 2 pick sixes. We all know what he did against the Raiders. But he joins us here in the Ronnie T. Crash Show as we count down to Super Bowl Sunday. Dwight, Ronnie, and Tom here. How are you? Welcome to the show.
All right. We have to come in right.
There it is.
Is that right? Well, we got a great matchup coming up with Super Bowl 55. Obviously, the Buccaneers are playing on their home field. They're not the home team, I guess. I guess you could say they're the home team, but it's supposed to be a neutral field. But just tell me, as a former Buccaneer, how surreal is this for the Bucs to be in the Super Bowl in Tampa at Raymond James?
They always say that too. How surreal. How surreal. This is unreal. Yeah, it's not real. It's not real.
That's a good question, man. I would like to ask some Tampa fans that question because I really don't know.
Well, I mean, this is something that no one's ever seen before. I mean, you're hosting the Super Bowl. The Bucs are in it. It's Brady versus Mahomes. I mean,
something I predicted at the beginning of the year. I said if the NFL wanted to have the home team in the Super Bowl, this would be the perfect year. Pandemic, people can't travel, so it's not a shock to me.
How big of an advantage do you think it?
Yeah, really. Think about that. pandemic year just so happens, of all the things, of all of the teams that could have been in the game, is the home team. It's, they have to still make their money. They have to still get their, I mean, it's just so stupid. It's literally a better form of WWE, except for WWE is actually more likable because they don't claim to be real, and WWE has also gone full-blown New World Order. I should do a WWE stream. I don't even know what I dig up. It's so stupid. Me and my wife used to watch Monday Night Raw.
For the bucket.
I mean, back when we had cable, it's just because it was so stupid, and we were both off on Mondays at the time, so it worked. But let's see here.
It's not having to travel anywhere because obviously, when you were in the Super Bowl,
that's not no advantage. They don't have no advantage.
No advantage? Okay.
No.
All right, so
that's like saying they have advantage at every home game during the year. So I mean, it ain't like they won every home game, so it ain't much of an advantage. Yeah, y'all know all the X's and O's, man. I'm just sitting at home watching. I don't like to get into that because I don't believe the game is really decided on the field. So, I don't get into all the X's and O's and talking, man. Like I said, I played in the game. I set a Super Bowl record, and we knew every play they was running before the game started. So, hey, who am I to say?
Well, tell us about that week leading up to the Super Bowl because that was the big...
And they won't even touch on the fact of what he just said. And I'm going to skip throughout this video a little bit because it's a little long. And I mean, everything you just said right there summed it up. But there's some funny parts at the end where, like, the freaking reporters get a little triggered. They're like, hey, man, we're just trying to talk sports. He's like, yeah, and I'm just trying to get real. All right, so let's see if I can pull up anything.
When Vegas make that call, who they,
Yeah, this is when he talks about Vegas. Vegas cannot mathematically exist if they don't have certain outcomes as far as rigging sports. If sports was completely randomized, because at this level of competition, really, you could not trust that the better team, is going to win. I mean, these guys are really freaking good. I mean, but we know all about the magnetic field goal posts and stuff like that. They rig these games so bad. And they've had freaking basketballs stick to rims and shit, I mean, it's just stupid. They probably do it just for theater so people like me will talk about it on the internet. And, but I just saw that the NBA Finals ended, and I guess the Golden State Warriors won. And, I grew up playing basketball. I was a huge fan of basketball. But I don't even know that the finals were going on right now. I don't watch this stupid stuff. You can't watch it anymore. It's really terrible.
How Vegas ain't gonna lose the most money?
So, do you think the Bucks' original Super Bowl that you were a part of and won was illegitimate?
I think everyone is.
If you don't mind me asking.
I think everyone is.
Man. And we obviously appreciate giving us a little bit of time. Why do an interview for the Super Bowl if you don't believe that it's set up the right way?
Y'all asked me to. Don't nobody call me no other time until Super Bowl come, right?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Did anybody when we got on the phone say, hey, how's your family doing? How your kids doing? No, none of that matters. So I'm gonna give you my honest opinion.
And I appreciate that. We do. We do. I mean, that is our job, though, is to talk sports. I mean, it's not personal.
So what is your honest...
job to be real.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dwight Smith, man. Seriously, it's my job to be real. Dwight Smith didn't take the booster. I'm about to boost.
And so what is your honest opinion of Tom Brady being in 10 Super Bowls?
Good luck. A lot of luck,
Okay.
Because, everybody say Tom Brady, but if I can remember, there's a lot of kickers kicking kicks for him to make it there.
All right, I'm skipping
Fact that the Lions,
because he says a few things that are kind of gold, but it's really there's something at the end here that he says is funny.
Winston's time in Tampa Bay now that he's in New Orleans, because
never liked it. Now back to what I was saying. We watched the Seattle Seahawks be good until they paid Russell Wilson. We watched the Packers go to the Super Bowl until they paid Aaron Rodgers. The Eagles would win. The Rams would golf. So you got to try to do it while you're on your rookie deal, unless you got Tom Brady as your quarterback.
All right.
When we know Tom Brady, Dad Bod Brady, you really believe that man's the greatest quarterback who ever lived? I mean, regardless of rigged or not, just look at pure athleticism and skill. I mean, here's a picture of Cam Newton. There's just an example. Cam Newton is an athlete. Tom Brady, honestly, he's built like, I mean, I'm sure he's somewhat fit, but like, and he can throw accurately, but I mean, that's the work of demons, bro. That guy he is a dad bod, an actual dad bod, you know? I mean, look at Patrick Mahomes and then look at Tom Brady. Like, Patrick Mahomes can run, throw, do everything. Tom Brady gets 15 seconds in the pocket every single play for his whole career. And he can throw. I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, he can throw. He's got all day. He's got all freaking day to make his pick. And, I mean, they were openly caught cheating like 15 times. I mean, when the Astros got caught cheating, it was, you know, for years we were just getting, you know, slammed about it. And, you know, I say we, but, you know, I mean, I liked that the Astros were using the garbage cans and cheating in the dugout. I mean, at that level, you know, the old, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, you know. No, I mean, they shouldn't be, but at the same time, I mean, come on. Do you think the MLB didn't know that the Astros were banging garbage cans on every play? And the other team, if I was a pitcher, I would figure out the first inning. Every time I throw a fastball, they bang the trash can once. Or every time I throw a curveball, they bang it twice. I would realize that. And the Red Sox got caught cheating using like Apple smartwatches. They would send like multiple, you know, buzzes for like a curveball, like 2 buzzes on the wrist, and that they could actually tape under their wrist, and they could have tape over it, and they could just have that there all game. That's a good method of cheating if you're going to do it. I mean, the way the Astros did it, it was just theater. Like, and once again, that couldn't have been real. I mean, the MLB was in the dugout, and it had been brought to their attention a bunch of times. And there was MLB representatives in the dugout for, I think, the entire season. They have to have a representative in each dugout. And so it was being allowed by the MLB because the MLB wanted the Astros to win. And I can't remember the exact ritual that year, but there was something to do with, oh yeah, it was the post-Hurricane Harvey ritual where we have to, you know, I don't know what that was. I can't remember. There was not really anything there, but I remember there was something, but I'm just not remembering it. But the garbage can thing, that was just total theater. I mean, can we all agree on that? It was absolute theater, just like the NFL and just like the NBA. The NBA is stupid now. I mean, do you remember back in the 90s, freaking Patrick Ewing looking like a damn freaking mongoloid behemoth, just punching, you know, like Latrell Sprewell in the face or something? You know, I've got to look this up. Patrick Ewing, dude. These guys were freaking fun to watch. And they would get in fights like it was hockey. And these guys aren't even built like this anymore. I'm telling you, the new guys, they're freaking test tubers, man. Like, nobody can tell me Kevin Durant is a real human. I mean, at least the NFL players, I mean, a lot of those guys are like 6 feet tall. I mean, they're really jacked, but and it's not that surprising after working out your entire life, like, and genetics. Yeah, they look like normal people. And then when you see them after they retire, they have to lose weight. They cannot remain. You will die if you stay at a NFL lineman weight. You won't make it to 50 years old. You won't be walking. Your brain's probably not going to work either, but you certainly aren't going to be walking. But you know, man, freaking Patrick Ewing, dude. Oh yes, dude. Patrick Ewing, Dennis Rodman. Yes. See this. This is good. I'm turning down the volume. I hope everybody can hear me. Oh, there's no sound. Now there's sound. Okay.
Starks whipping by Brown. And the foul.
Look at that. Hey, I got to see that cheap shot. I got to see that cheap shot real quick. It was right after the shot. Oh, that was nothing. That was nothing. That boy slipped. Look at Dennis.
Spencer fires on the hot. Here's your for the second to go in the hand.
All right, Ewing goes down. I'm going to fast forward now. We see all the drama. You saw that. He hit him in the knee. Yeah, here we go. This is the part that says most replayed. Okay, here's another cheap shot. But they used to play rough, dude. It wasn't, I mean, they wouldn't get a foul, but we know the NBA was rigged back then. They were writing books. It was one of the biggest stories. I think it was mainstream news. I remember seeing that on 60 Minutes in like 1999. I don't know why it was on, but I saw it and thinking, oh, the NBA is rigged. And then going to NBA games and realizing that the refs were worse than my neighborhood refs growing up. But let's listen to this.
And Jordan hits, but it will not count. And oh, look out. Rodman and Ewing.
Oh my gosh.
Face to face. Now Rodman
Can you imagine fighting Patrick Ewing?
Patrick Ewing was ushered.
Oh my gosh. That motherfucker, right? He looks like a, I mean, this is not a racist comment. He actually looks like a damn silverback fucking gorilla. I mean, that guy. That is terrifying right there. But awesome player. And, you know, even though it was rigged back then, at least it was kind of entertaining. You know, they weren't telling us how much, their millionaire lives matter. You know what I mean? They always bitching, oh, it's so bad. You know, shut the hell up. Y'all do nothing for black people. I mean, seriously. I mean, besides propagandize them and keep them on their rap music and their $500 shoes. I mean, I went by the mall the other day, and there was a line of black people. I shouldn't even talk about it. There was a line of people out there for the new Jordans, and I'm just like, is this real? I'm sorry. It's just weird to me. Okay, not trying to. This isn't racist. This is what happens. They line up. I mean, and you know what they charge for these Jordans sometimes? It's ridiculous. If you pay it, you're stupid. You're actually a freaking idiot. It's like going to a really prestigious university. You're an idiot. You could have gotten that same degree at the freaking community college. You're actually an idiot, a bona fide dipshit. If I was an employer and somebody was like, yeah, I got this degree and I got it, and I would say, well, how many dollars did it cost you to get your degree? If they said, well, my first 2 years were community college, so that cost me about $4,000 to $6,000, and then my next 2 years were at X, Y, and Z university that were, let's say, 8,000 a year, 20,000 a year, even, on the high end. I'd be like, okay, that's still 20,000. That's ridiculous, but you can, okay, it's somewhat justifiable and feasible to pay that off. It's not ridiculous and out there, but this $100,000. I mean, there's a university near where I live where the jazz school is 50,000 a semester. That's not even including your food, your room and board, everything. These people are paying $140,000 a year to learn jazz, dude. I'm sorry. You're stupid. You're a stupid person. You're not smart. Like, the only hope you have is shilling out super hard. You can freaking go and you can, be like, like Steve Vai or something, who he like has his, all of his satanic symbolism and stuff. And Steve Vai is really good. I mean, he's really good, but he's really not, as good as some other people. And a lot of the people who are better than him are, it's fundamentally because they aren't pushing the constant Satanism. They might be liberals themselves or whatever. They might have their own satanic issues, but they're not pushing it on other people like ridiculously, with the symbolism and stuff like that. But yeah, whatever happened to the damn NBA, man? Whatever happened to it? I mean, it was always rigged. It was known rigged when I was a kid. I had some videos pulled up. Y'all remember this? Tom Brady, the occult. I just typed in Tom Brady, the occult. I've always said Tom Brady practices the occult. Wow, this video says Tom Brady's witchcraft has gone too far. Yeah. No, he says that he does witchcraft with his wife. And people laugh. It's like, no, y'all are just stupid because you don't understand that occultists, the reason these people are so famous is because they're occultists. That's what the demons, that's your deal with the demons. Like, you get, the house and the cars and the games and the fame. But I mean, look how miserable these people are. Seriously, I've never seen one of them that looks happy. Not even one. And then here we go with Tom Brady. I mean, yeah, here we go. I'm taking a picture of that shit. I've been saying this for years. Illuminate confirmed. All right. Tom Brady's witchcraft wife, dude. Yeah, he does witchcraft with Giselle or whatever, He does that witchcraft, dude. It says conservative radio host claims Tom Brady's wife Giselle's a witch. Yeah, conservative radio host didn't claim that. Tom Brady said that publicly. Look at this, dude. Protection stones. Yeah, dude, those protection stones are working in the pocket. That mother effer has protection stones probably in all of his damn offensive linemen's pockets. And I'm serious about that. Have you seen? Watch any quarterback in the NFL. Watch some no-namer who comes up and actually gets in the game, and you're really out there without the rituals and without the shit. You see that every now and then. Gets into the game, does pretty good. Yeah, they'll go in there and they'll freaking send a guy in on his damn ACL real quick. Okay, it's time to end that guy's career. I mean, that's what happened to RG3. I feel like, he seemed like a good guy. He seemed like he had a good head on his shoulders. He wasn't cut out for the club, Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, hopefully RG3 is doing good. I think he was another Texas guy, so big shouts out. He's good too. Now there's a guy who fucking had some athleticism, dude. RG3. I mean, was he the perfect thrower? No, but who cares? That guy was a freaking athlete, dude. He's out there burning people, freaking cutting, juking, dude. All Tom Brady's got is some protection stones and in his offensive lineman's pockets. I wonder if the O lines ever come out and just said, "Yeah, dude, he makes us we freaking wear these damn necklaces and these whatever these talisman things, whatever they're called, from that show from." That's a show, there's a lot of weird stuff in that show. I don't think they've gotten deeply into the occult yet on that one. I mean, they kind of have. I mean, obviously with the freaking, you have to hang the necklaces in the window to keep the demons away and stuff like that. And so, I mean, it's pretty blatantly occultic there, but I'm saying in other terms. But that show, Yellow Jackets, that one's got a lot of occult symbolism, a lot in that one. I need to do one on that show. That show kind of, I don't know. I thought it was going to be a 1-season show, and then the finale rolled around, and I was like, oh shit, there's going to be more. It was pretty good, but these shows are so freaking dark, they just like darken your soul and make you feel kind of like shit. Something about them stress me out. Like, I can't even get them. I haven't even watched the new Stranger Things. I just can't even do it. I'm just burnt out, totally burnt out. But let's see. Tom Brady opens up about his superstitious wife, Giselle. Oh, Giselle. Protection stones. Let's see this.
Any superstitions going into the game? Any special thing you carried into the game on Sunday that you had tucked away somewhere?
I did. I always said I've learned a lot from my wife over the years. She's so about the power of intention, and believing things that are really going to happen. And she always makes a little altar for me at the game because she just wills it so much. And so she put together a little altar for me that I could bring with pictures of my kids. And I have these little special stones and healing stones and protection stones. And she has me wear a necklace and take these drops she makes. And I say all these mantras. And I stopped questioning her a long time ago. I did. I just shut up and listened.
I mean, everybody's laughing. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. Like, oh, that's how he does it. Ha ha. No, look at him. Dude, I'm sorry. You're gonna tell me this guy is better than, Dante Culpepper or, okay. I mean, Donovan McNabb or, I would bring up other white ones, but a lot of the white guys freaking sell out, dude. I'm telling you, Peyton Manning, that guy, I used to like Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's a mega shill. Do you remember when he won the Super Bowl like 60-6, and then they go up to the crowd and it's his brother sitting there, and his brother is like, just stone-faced, just not happy at all, just like looking like, oh my gosh, my brother just made a deal with Satan. I mean, that's what it looks like in his face. Y'all remember that? Freaking Eli Manning, dude. Damn, Eli Manning, man. Look, Eli Manning when Peyton won the Super Bowl. That's what people already say right off the bat. They even brought it up on Fallon, dude. I cannot stand it. He didn't look sad, dude. He looked absolutely. So you got to go to one of these more obscure channels. You get to just, I don't need all the BS, dude. I just need to see what happened.
The interview's over.
I just need to see what happened. Look, there we got
the Denver Broncos just won Super Bowl.
I don't care about your take. I'm trying to see Eli's face. That's literally the only. I mean, look at him. Look at his face. That was him for like minutes. It wasn't just, oh, they got him at a bad, moment. That's how he was looking, just sitting there. His brother just won the Super Bowl. And don't give me that, oh, he was jealous of his brother shit. Bullshit, dude. Bullshit. Eli's a great quarterback. There's nothing to be jealous of. There's nothing for him to sit there and be jealous about because Peyton sold out big time. And then he goes out to the middle of the field. And what do you do? He gives old Papa John, Mr. Pizza, Mr. Papa John, gives him a big old hug and a kiss. I mean, seriously, the guy was hawking pizzas like shamelessly. I mean, just cardboard pizza. Just get your shit pizza, America. Take it. Eat it. And then did you see this person? I guess her name is S.E. Cup from CNN. I was watching this earlier. I don't think I'm going to watch the video, but she says, I'm S.E. Cup. And I was like, wait, did she just tell us her bra size? I'm a C cup? And I'm like, and I mean, just, you can't put it past these people now. I identify as a boob. I'm actually a C cup. I am an individual boob. Okay, I'm not a double boob, just one. And I am a C cup. I mean, come on. Who thinks that that's a good screen name? She goes, I gotta tell you, it's not science. It's not maybe SE stands for something, yeah. It's probably Science Expert Cup. I bet you that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, look at these comments. It's pretty, I mean, just a bunch of liberals. I mean, how do people watch CNN? And those are bots. Even liberals don't watch CNN. I mean, they basically just kind of follow a basic narrative. Most liberals aren't even that lunatic. They don't even know what the hell's going on. The Funko Pops here, man. Trying to push that Funko shit. All right. Well, you know what? I've been streaming for a bit now. I talked about Deshaun Watson, but it is weird. I'm back on the Deshaun Watson thing before I close out. It's weird that he was totally. Sorry, I'm gonna get out of here. It is weird to me that Deshaun Watson was taking press conferences, doing this stuff, and then they've got the 66 happy endings. I mean, that's probably like a week for Deshaun Watson. But I just don't even believe it. And I said that from the get-go. I was like, this is stupid. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you message anybody who is a serious professional massage therapist, you don't contact them on Instagram. You contact them through a company phone number or a company email. You wouldn't message them. So if the quarterback of the Texans messages you, some of these girls weren't even massage therapists, and he's asking for a massage. What do you think this means? I mean, I'm sorry, is this? And now the numbers are so ridiculous that we have to question the narrative here. I mean, this is freaking ridiculous. But yeah, 66 happy endings for Deshaun Watson. I think that will be tonight's show title, in fact. And yeah, it's been a good one. Yeah, I'm pumped for the vacay. Pumped for the vacay. Get out there. I'm glad I got to do a stream. I really was not even planning on being able to do one. And yeah, it's gonna be real cool to get out there, hit the beach, get away from freaking working, busting my ass. I had to take this motorcycle class so I could get my freaking license. And I gotta tell you, this guy that was the teacher of the class was the biggest jackass I've ever met in my entire life. And he wasn't like a social justice warrior or anything like that. In fact, he was overly non-politically correct to the point where it was just like, dude, you're just a freaking dick, man. And he was just, I'm not joking, it was a test in patience the entire time, dealing with them. I mean, we opened up the class and there was this lesbian girl in our class. Not a big deal. She was really chill and cool, actually. And so there's 6 tables and there's like 8 students. So 2 tables have 2 people at it, And this one guy walks in kind of late and just sits down next to the lesbian girl. And he just assumes that this lesbian is a guy. And I will say, I thought it was a guy. And she was super cool about it. Like, she knows, like, she looks like a guy. She tries to look like a guy. Like, that's what she does. So, I mean, we assume you're a guy. Just don't be offended. You literally dress and look like a guy. And she had one of those double, names that goes both ways. It's like that old SNL sketch, Y'all remember that? It's Pat. Yeah, can you imagine that now? But so we're out there. We get out to the bikes, it's like an hour into this class. We get out to the bikes, and this girl is standing next to the guy that was sitting at the table with her. And he's a young guy. And the teacher just goes, "Are y'all like together? Because I got to say, you sound a little bit effeminate." And she was like, "I'm a girl. I have boobs." So I was just in the back, like at first, at this point, I think this is a guy, not a girl. And I thought to myself, dude, if that guy said that to just a guy, like even if it was just a gay guy or like a soy boy, like, dude, that's so rude, you know? But it wasn't. It was a girl. She was real cool about it. And but yeah, it was it was seriously. And then we were taking. I'll just tell a few more stories about this guy. We were taking our test, our written test for the class, which he did not teach us anything about, and it was poorly written. It was a terrible test, and we were taking this test, and it doesn't seem like much, but it was like 40 questions. Like it was quite a bit of motorcycle knowledge on there, and I'm glad I've researched over the years because this guy taught us not a thing. And he just starts watching videos on his phone, and he gets a message from one of his friends. I guess he sends him a TikTok or something. This guy's like 60 something years old. He's like, and the friend's like, man, I'm tired of working. I should be out there snorting lines and banging nines. Dude, there's no way this guy's banging nines. All right. There's no way he's out there. I mean, not that he makes you cool. I mean, come on. Like, that's what makes you cool. But he was like, oh yeah, sorry guys, that's my friend. Like he was so cool. Like, oh dude, yeah, I'm sure you and your friends are out there like partying with white trash Harley girls, dude. Like hardcore white trash Harley women, that were probably born on a Harley, just, smoking cigarettes, going to Sturgis, at like 16, working the bars, that kind of thing. That's the kind of people I see him surrounding himself with. But it was just like, not that I wouldn't go to Sturgis, because I totally want to go to Sturgis, like it would be fun to go to Sturgis, but at the same time, I see it as just being overwhelming. Like, what's the point of riding my bike 5 miles per hour surrounded by 50,000 other motorcyclists, like 5,000 miles away from my house? It just kind of sounds like going way out of my way when I've got plenty of bike weeks around here. But I would say riding South Dakota would be fun. Going through North Dakota would be fun. It'd probably be way more fun than where I live, because just the amount of cars here, you have to really be on your freaking guard, and you gotta pray. You gotta get there and pray. That's the thing. You're on your bike, it's prayer time. That's one thing I like about it. It's every time you go through a stoplight, some lunatic could just be flying through there. And in a car, it's one thing, but it gets you on a bike, it's bad. So lots of prayer time. Hopefully I can do some moto vlogs though. I'm gonna add some moto vlogs to this channel, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool for the motorcycle world out there. So yeah, I'm gonna do some of that. But that class, man, that guy, and it's a small world, that guy's son used to be my neighbor, and I didn't even know. I mean, I just knew the guy because I'd be out walking my dog and talk to his son, and he was like, oh yeah, my dad does the class there. And then 2 years later, here I am, I take the class, and I meet this guy's dad, and now I really feel bad for my old neighbor. I'm like, I cannot believe that freaking guy is your dad. He's just such a dick, dude. Just couldn't hold back. He couldn't hold back. It was just like an Asian guy, doesn't hit the brakes fast enough, and he's like, man, you Asian can't, he just can't hold back. Like, he couldn't just not make an Asian joke about their eyes or something. It was just like, oh my gosh, dude. I'm not even being an SJW, but it's like, dude, like stop being a fucking dick. He said some shit to me, dude. I was about to stick him. I'm not even lying. I had to really, really, really try to stay calm. I went outside the lines on this one exercise, and he came down on me one time, dude. I freaking made it in the lines every other time. I was practicing, dude. This guy came down on me. He called me out in front of everybody. I just stared him down, dude. And then that lesbian girl, she chimed in to calm it down, because I was like, dude, I'm serious. I don't know how that guy's made it through his career without getting pummeled. I mean, there's no way some serious motorcycle club guy didn't go in there to take his license class one time. And just, I mean, there's no way that guy wouldn't get stuck. I mean, there's no way a single motorcyclist, there's no way I'm the only guy that wanted to stick him in the face. I'm pretty calm, honestly. I'm not going to fight somebody unless it's serious, but yeah, that's why I didn't stick him in the face. But it was like at the point where it was like, dude, there's no way somebody hasn't punched you in the face for your personality. Like, your personality's really freaking garbage. But yeah, now I'm just ranting. Let's see if there's anything else I got for tonight. You know, there was a couple other stories, kind of stupid stuff, you know. This is one that they've been showing a whole bunch. They keep pushing this picture on us, you know. You got fake Klay Thompson banned for life from the Chase Center because this guy looks like Klay Thompson, and he went out there and you know, was out there pretending, shooting hoops for a while, like 10 minutes before the security guard realized that that's not Klay Thompson. Which at first I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of funny. But then, you know, here we got him throwing up the 666 sign. And then we have him, you know, his YouTube videos like this is just a nothing story, dude. I mean, this is the NBA trying to get people to talk about them. I mean, and it works. It works. I mean, because look, the NBA, I didn't even know it was the finals, but I knew about this 666 Thompson thing. See, they have to try to get us to view them and think about them too, because they're not getting their views. I mean, they have to get people like me to look up Patrick Ewing videos to show how he, you know, grabbed freaking Dennis Rodman by the neck, you know. Back when basketball was actually fun to watch. I could tell my dogs about to start walking. Beans, shut the hell up. I'm not joking. I'm not listening to your ass. All right. It's time to put some tunes on. I'm going to take this dog out. He's going to be a real son of a bitch if I don't. So, let's see. Let me pick a good one. I don't even know what I want to put on this time. I've put on a couple. I think I did this one the other day, right? Did I even post that stream? What did I open up my other one with? I don't know. I think we did the Dream of the 80s on that one. So let's do, you know, screw it. Let's do the song that made the Dream of the 80s. So there's actually one part in this song. This when I first got my computer and I was just figuring out how to make music and shit on the computer. And I already know how to play drums, but, you know, just making stuff on the computer. But this right here, this song is what made the Dream of the 80s. Because there's one part, actually there's two parts, but there's one line that happens in one measure that I took and made the entire like half of Dream of the 80s. So Dream of the 80s has a part that goes do 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 do, and that happens one time in this song, in the entire thing. And I used that to make a pop song that was really freaking cheesy. And this one's like pretty bad too, but there's a little trap beat in the middle that's kind of sick that I wish I could play it on drums because it's so freaking layered and badass. So let's go ahead and play this real quick. Hey Frank, get out of there, dude. My damn dogs, man. I'm telling you, these guys are sons of bitches. All right, let's share that sound. All right, y'all have a good night. Thank you for listening. I'm gonna go on my vacation. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully we got a good night, a good weekend ahead of us. I hope everybody has a real good weekend and you know, stay safe and can get out there and, you know, not worry about all these crazy people and go to church and hang out with your family. So yeah, have a good night and I will see y'all next time. Gosh, those freaking lunatics, man. Absolute fucking loons, man. Y'all better shut the hell up for the rest of the song here. These damn dogs, man. Hey, shut the hell up. These damn dogs, man. At least they made it through the whole stream quiet, right? At least they did that, but y'all gotta shut up. Seriously, I'm gonna take y'all out in like freaking 1 minute. But man, my freaking fat bastard dogs. He's over here rubbing his ass on the carpet. All right. Y'all have a good night. I hope y'all have a good one. I will be checking in soon. Maybe I'll even do a vacation stream with my friends. We'll see. I don't know. I really doubt that because we're probably going to be way too busy freaking having fun and not worrying about all this stupidity. But yeah, that's about it. Y'all have a good night.